Some time ago, Rixiat and Sugoi set these fireworks up for me here. And these are supposed to be for like a victory display at the end of the map, at the end of the game, when everything's done. Let's see what they look like here. Better spots for this. Alright, so these are the red ones. Well, that goes up high. Wow. It's a longer flight time than I thought. Why does it curve off to the side? Is it supposed to do that? Is it random? I guess it's random. I don't really know. So, like, these are the red ones. Can you change the color of the trail? I wonder. I like the black. That's cool. It's like black fade to red, I think? Something like that. Cool. And the blue ones, probably the same, or at least really similar. For the blue team wins. It's good. It's night on this map. You can see these a little bit easier, I think. That one's just a little bit. What still is the Crackle? Oh yeah, I know what I can do. I could do like a. Let's see. Put a little roof over it. I wonder how well I can see it here. Oh! Managed to get away. Need to like build a cup for it so it doesn't fly off too far. Oh, sweet. So, one thing about these things is they're hard to like set up. Most people are using dispensers. Custom spawners for these is kind of annoying to set up for these. Until now. Obviously going to use the multi command for this. And I'll show you how I'm going to set this up. I have an idea. I know. It's awesome. So, last time when I talked about multi, kind of, I showed this, and this is kind of a way I set up to, well, spawn the minecart, and then I could hit this, and it'll place a new one into its place to prevent that from spawning. And this is just kind of a dud minecart that doesn't do anything. And, I was able to compact this a little bit. Yeah, I'm an idiot. You know, this is much better. I mean, this honestly reverses everything that the filter does by making things spawn only once, and makes it so you're not constantly burning a minecart in the lava. But for multi, I'm gonna make an exception here because this is nice. This is a little smaller, just a little bit. See, but it works just the same. Oh, I have the I gotta fix that. One sec. There we go. It's a little better. So, yep, that's it. This is the blue side. And here's the red side. Pretty cool. You can turn it on and off just by doing that. Which is a hell of a lot easier than doing it that other way. Sweet. I went ahead and I had to set lifetime, which I put on this sign. LT is one of the new little things, and you pretty much have to set that if you want it to. Like it was exploding on the ground a second ago, so it defaults the life of the rocket to 0, but if you set it to 20, that was 20. So, I don't know, you can customize the length of how far it'll fly. So everything is in these furnaces here. That's basically because putting down a bunch of chests right next to each other is, well, you're gonna have issues. So I put them all in furnaces just because you can put them all next to each other. If you like try to also convert like some redstone stuff, it won't accidentally activate them if they're dispensers. You can do dispensers too, any kind of tile entity where you can put things in. So I've just been using furnaces. Just throw them in there and it'll convert this into a spawner. which is pretty cool. So all kind of item spawners, I'll probably use this. And the new thing is if you put, it's the same thing before, if you put ent on the source sign, and you have to put FW for firework. So ent FW is for fireworks rocket entity. If you just put ent, it'll just make it an item entity, so it'll spawn an item on the ground. Don't need that. And this is using 7 different locations. Each of those 7 locations, like I talked about last episode, all the destinations have the same ID, and each of these 7 destinations gets to send to each one of these source spawners. So 7, 7, 7. So there's 28 different things here, and then it combines them all when you put multi on this sign, and it combines them all and puts them here, and makes this 1 in 28 different things can happen here, I guess. So the same firework won't appear at the same location every time. So you can spread these out all over a map and kind of set up your own little fireworks display, which is really cool. Just in time for 4th of July. You got the red and the blue here, and a bit of white. So we already have a whole 4th of July celebration here. Well, we'll put this up early at least, so you can kind of set up your own thing. And yeah, this is just a block into a... I don't even need the block. You can get rid of that, and I need the button though. Bink. And that's it. That's all. That's all it needs. And even remove some glass. There. That's the entire system for deactivating and reactivating multi. So yeah. There's a few more little commands here that were added. So this is the fireworks update to the filter. Somebody made a comment last time like, oh, all those episodes are about updating the filter. Well, yes, they are. It's been a lot of things to do with this. I still have one more. I got to talk about Seth Bling's thing, which I don't know if I'll do next time, but I think that's just about ready to be talked about. Anyway, so ent FW, which is, let's see, ent, oh, I didn't put it on here. So that's just going to be an item spawner? Did I screw that up? I think I did. Let's see. Oh no. Oh right, it converts a... This one's converting a... from the spawner, like I showed before, like a couple episodes ago. It's converting it straight from a spawner, and so I didn't need to put FW. So it will, it'll grab data out of the spawner when you use ent on the sign, and it'll just do that. So this was kind of the old way, but now all you have to do is, a lot of people don't like going into MCEdit and all this stuff. You can craft a firework yourself and just stick it in a furnace here, and it'll convert it into a spawner for you. And then you have to kind of set the lifetime. So LT is lifetime, and if you add a D in front of it, it'll work from the source sign, which I think this one's set up to do. Whew. So the lifetime on these I set to 30. So that's lifetime 30. What else we got? What do we got? This one, oh, this one's lifetime 8. So this one will explode a little earlier. So it kind of does a low to the ground, kind of little spatter, just to kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to use it for. That's lifetime 8. There's another tag that's on a fireworks entity, and that's life. Now, the only really thing that I can figure out what this was used for is you can set it a little longer. Like, if life hits 1, then it creates the fireworks sound, like that little pop, like that little whistle. So if you set life to over 0, like when life, I set life to 0 here, and when it hits 1, it does that whistle. But when it hits, if you put it over 1, I don't know, it's hard to, you don't hear that whistle. It just goes pop. But this one doesn't. So you can get rid of that and just make it, get rid of the whistle and just make it pop. This one's with an extra delay. Woo. So lifetime is how long it'll last. Life is how is it ticking up to lifetime before it'll explode. So if you put lifetime 500 and life 499, it'll still only explode after one tick. It just ticks up one more and then it explodes. And this was just a couple more examples. Life 0. Life 0, you could set that and it'll just immediately explode too, I believe. I don't know. It's weird. Life and lifetime, whatever. Just use lifetime. Basically, just use lifetime. Add values to lifetime. I set this one to 30, and so it gives a nice little long delay. And then if you don't want that whistle sound, then just set life, the little life tag, to 1. So set it to 1 here, and it won't do that whistle sound. So that's basically all you really need. I really like that one. That black star. Black and blue. It's cool. I like how it's like a 3D. Sweet. Let's see. So, multi. Okay, so this is kind of the other way to do multi. There's actually two multis. One that's on the source sign, and one that's on the midpoint sign. So the ones that are on the source sign, which I can put on at all of these points, and this is just me testing it, so this is the same thing right here. If I put it on the source sign with multiple destinations, it creates this. And this makes it so it'll constantly spawn at one of the destinations. Or the same one, come on. Don't mess with me. This is the time where it'll constantly spawn at the same spot. So there's 2 different locations we got so far. It's still the same 2. Go. Here. See? It'll constantly spawn at one of the locations when you activate it. Constantly giving supplies or whatever you want it to do. And all this really uses is 5 different destinations here, each with multi on the sign, so it's constantly spawning. If I only put multi on like this sign, it'll only constantly spawn at this sign, and all these 3 should only spawn once, which is really cool. I mean, you can customize it however you want that way, I guess. And that's the same thing. But if you put it on the midpoint sign, it actually, like, multi on the midpoint sign will actually, is like a combine. It does the same thing as combine, but it also does the multiple thing. So this is like comb multi, if you know what I'm talking about at all. So this will combine them all and just do one of them randomly, constantly. So that's kind of what multi does. This is kind of the basics of multi. Now you can add multiple sources, so it'll create, this is like 5 destinations each into one of these spawners, so it creates 25 different things that can happen here, just from these 11 signs. And when I activate that, like the yellow ones are spawning in different places here, so there's a whole bunch of different things that can be happening right now, which is really cool. So that's kind of what we're using for the fireworks, is just having it spawn in different locations, different, like really random, like a random display just from one spawner. And yeah, this is it. This is all. Oh, there it goes. Picked really ugly ones for this. This was me testing it at first, so I just kind of picked random fireworks. Yeah. So yeah. I'll put this kind of little layout on the world download map again, and you can kind of see examples of it if you need help with that. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them, or send me a message or something. Or even send me a screenshot on Twitter or something. And, yeah, I guess that's it. One last thing we added was support on the midpoint sign. Like if you put values on the midpoint sign, it'll apply to the source spawner here, and change, or you can put a D in front of the variable, and it'll change what the destination spawner does. So with this, I set DXD0, which is a delay time of 1 tick. So this spawns 20 times a second. And what else did I set? Oh, different height values. Yes, different lifetimes. So this is 26, 28, 20, 30, 32. So this one will go a little higher. This one will go a little lower. Which is cool, just to kind of change it up a little bit more. But this DXD0, this is really interesting to use. You can change this to 1, 2, 3. It's defaulted to 10. So this is default 10. This is what it looks like. And this is the default. So this is 2 times a second, or it should be. And this one is 20 times a second. And with that, I will end it here. I'll see you guys next time.